Kyle, what did you just say?
So I have a superpower.
What's your superpower, Kyle?
Astral projection. So it's where our, like, you know how we can't see the planet because our
As 70,000 people remain missing in Venezuela, and an ocean of grief has washed over that entire nation, we see that we're at now.
Matter of fact, I'll even break it down even more. This is what all the data centers is about. This is why the game is the way it is.
Is this the end of grocery store cashiers as we know it? And why do I say that? Because grocery stores all across America are starting to roll out these brand.
They will realize that as the hole in the ozone layer gets larger and larger, more and more sunlight is allowed to enter our environment, and more people who have
All right, welcome back to the Foundation. A1 Lucky, and you tuned into The Awakening, a channel where each one teach one and the truths that set you free. Now, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And also, if it's available, remember to hype me up, hype me up, hype me up. Now, without further ado, let's get woke, people.
Kyle, what did you just say?
So I have a superpower.
What's your superpower, Kyle?
Astral projection. So it's where our, like, you know how we can't see the planet because our POV is first person.
Yes.
Well, I can leave. Like, my soul can come out of my body, and I can fly anywhere. I can go through things, and my dad had the same thing with it too. So then, like, it happened to him when he was an adult, like little kid too. When I was like at Mississippi before, it happened to me. I didn't even know what it was. My dad had to help me with everything, and then he started making some excuses. he said, let's talk about it somewhere, like, let's talk about it, and then the next thing you know, he said random other excuses.
So first of all, let's make this clear. It wasn't excuses. Okay. They had to wait for the right time for us to sit down and me to explain to him what happened to him. Because he was scared. He didn't know what was going on. And the first time it happened to me, I was terrified too. So once I gained some understanding, I had to make sure I can sit down with him and get him some understanding. So he didn't have nothing to fear. You know what I'm saying? And now he don't fear it. So back to the game.
Then if you wanna go back to your body, all you can say is just go back, and then go back to your body.
Oh, well, big energy. Big.
I've got some really good info at the end of this video, so I hope you stay tuned. Check this out. Giant petrified tree stump with the remnants of the tree. Check this out behind me, it's so clear. You see the tree stump right there? And to the right of it, there's pieces of the tree still right there. It's so crystal clear, and the crazy thing is, this is a grove right here. So look right over here to the right, you can see that tree stump. Look over there to the left of that one. There's another one in the background. They are everywhere out here. Come check this out, but I've got a nice little juicy tidbit of a nugget of information I'm going to share with y'all. A lot of y'all probably don't know the real name of Lucifer, Satan. Those are man-made names, just like Jesus and Lord and God and Savior. Those are all man-made names. Lucifer's real name is Hel-El. H-E-L-E-L. That is the realest name that you can get when it comes to him. Just like with Jesus, that is not his name. That is a man-made translated name. That is to separate you from him. His real name is Yeshua. In God's name, people get this mixed up. It is not Y-A-H-W-A-Y. It is Y-H-W-H, the breath of life. Yahweh. That is his name. All these names have been taken away from us because of frequency. Frequency. They have power. You connect better with these people if you know their names. He told you, don't take my name in vain. This is a good one. People think it means God damn it. First thing is God's a title. Damn it has nothing to do with it. What they mean is it means to forget, to make meaningless. Go look it up. That's what it means. Vain. To make meaningless and to forget. How can you make a name more meaningless and to forget it than to just completely quit using the name? That's your little nugget for today. Come out to Colorado. We do tours, show you petrified giants. We show you all kinds of crazy stuff. But check out my videos, like, share, follow, repost. Check out my show. Go to our website, book a tour with me, please. petrifiedgiants.com. Until next time.
But I think the entire city of New Orleans, the energy, especially of kind of the French Quarter area, is vampiric in a sense. There are spirits on this land and in this part of the country that are very old, and a lot of them justifiably very pissed off. And some of those entities, I'm not even talking about the dead, I'm talking about entities in Louisiana, especially in New Orleans. And when I say spirits in this case, I'm not talking about spirits of the dead, although that definitely is an influential factor also. But spirits and entities, gods, goddesses, spirits of different faiths and religions that are energized by people. You know, they are energized by people coming into the city to party. They are energized by people overindulging in the city. And so when you see people walking around the French Quarter, like the guy who came in for a conference, and then you see him at 4 a.m, he's got no shoes on, and he's like, his pants are backwards, and he's like covered in his own piss, and he's
who knows what the hell he got into.
teetering down the street with his eyes kind of half glazed. Yeah. And, you know, you might talk to that person, and oftentimes you hear this, you know, people will say, wow, I never do this. You know, the spirit of the city kind of steers people into these spaces of overindulgence and excess and sometimes addiction. And it can, I think, be used as a battery for certain entities and spirits that hang around. I mean, as soon as I stopped going into the French Quarter, pretty much, and this is not, I mean, I love the French Quarter, it's not to demonize the French Quarter, but as soon as I got my ass out of that space as frequently, which was when the pandemic hit, I was like, well, I don't have to go down there for work anymore, so I guess I'm staying home. I've been sober ever since. And I will never take a drink again. Like, I never intend to take a drink ever again because it was going to kill me. But being in the French Quarter was a big factor of that. I did so many things and like overindulged in ways that I never like wanted to or intended to. Yeah. And there was something in the energy of that place. I mean, I saw some crazy shit being up all night in the French Quarter bars, and not in a normal way. Like, I've been around a lot of drunk people my entire life. I know what drunk people look like. Mm-hmm. We're talking people who didn't have the whites in their eyes showing anymore. People who were speaking in tongues, essentially. And, you know, a regular person would say, okay, well, that's just someone who's really drunk out of their mind. Or they're on meth, you know? Sure. However, maybe not.
Давай!
Alright, y'all, first clip is crazy. Young boy saying he could astral project. Wow. Wow. That one took me for a ride, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Cause that's something I always wish I could do as well. Like, something I could learn how to do is astral project, but it don't happen, y'all. Like, I wish I knew how to leave my body and watch my life. That's one of the few things I do want to experience that I could never experience. But let me know if some of y'all know how to do it, or some of y'all do astral projecting at certain points in time. I guess you know how to make that your spirit or something leave your body and go travel elsewhere and then it come back. I guess the only way I do it is probably when I sleep. Who knows? When I sleep, you know, you dream or something. That's probably similar to that. But let me know how y'all feel in the comment section about that young boy saying he can astral project. Cause that shows you we change it, man. This world is about to change. But let me know how you feel. In the second clip, it's like these giant petrified tree stumps they show us, right? It's like what, like, you know, a certain reason, but why do you think they really cut down all these giant trees? Do you really think it was an energy source for us, like a big energy source, being that they already say regular trees, you know, carry electricity and everything through it? So do you think these giant trees was like a mega charge for us, like it really did something for our energy, like an electrical charge, everyday force or something like that? You know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And then the third clip is basically, I don't know what she was trying to say, basically somewhere in New Orleans when they go, you know, you party, you go, they drink a lot, but yet they saying it's like old spirits, not from the dead, but as from like, I don't know, like ancient beings or whatever, ancient whoever, I don't know how, but it's like it's spirits that's still there on the land. So like whenever you get like, you take certain things, you get too far out of control or too far out your mind, like they could just hop in you and somebody else for the minute, because these are the spirits that still roam the land around there. So it's just like an opportunity waiting to take over another body, like a vessel. I don't know. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section, because that's crazy. And the fourth clip, I just had to do that in there, because is everything really melting over there like that in Europe? Like, they show the street lamps melted, the ground is like that's crazy. Like the ground is all the roads, you know. It's so hot that the tar is heating up and it's starting to really just cave in. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And sooner or later, do y'all think this heat wave going to touch us? Of course. But let me know how y'all feel about that.
Queremos apoyo, queremos máquinas. Queremos llevarnos a nuestros familiares. Ayúdennos. No soy el único que está en esta condición, pero ya casi que no nos van a dejar entrar más. Y no nos han ayudado a agarrar un escombro. En ese bloque 22 hay como 300 personas y hemos logrado conseguir 3 fallecidos y vivos como 80. No tenemos opción, no tenemos ayuda.
As 70,000 people remain missing in Venezuela, and an ocean of grief has washed over that entire nation, we see that we're at now the 4th, almost the 5th day since this tragedy occurred, and the likelihood of finding any more survivors is very low. And what I think when I see this is I compare it to the speed with which Donald Trump and America moved to kill people in the Caribbean with the boat strike campaign, the speed with which Donald Trump and the amount of resources put into removing the leadership in Maduro and militarily attacking that country so that he could steal the oil out of the ground, compared to the response to this unbelievable nightmare they're going through. And it shows we are not a humanitarian nation of deep values and love and brotherhood for this world. We are instead pirates, criminals, terrorists. And that's a fact, and nothing can change it. We have great crimes to answer for in this nation towards other nations. It's not the first time. In 2002, we attempted an illegal military coup of that country, and this has happened again and again. America is not fundamentally bad, but a true nation reflects on what it's done, and we will have a revolution of values, and that day will come. I promise you that.
Already taking a microchip in his brain.
Yes.
So let people see that, because this thing is real.
My name, it's not too important. I'm one of the first people to get a Neuralink implant in my skull. If you guys can see and don't really know what a Neuralink is, it's kind of like an electronic chip from Elon Musk embedded in your skull. At first it was kind of like a Fitbit, kept track of vital signs, stuff that was going on in my body. Eventually it's gotten to a point where I can move a mouse. without even touching a computer. I can connect, I can download, I can transfer information. I'm not the only person that has one of these now. I do. And now we can communicate. This is what's going to happen for the rest of the world. Eventually, this technology will be, maybe not in you, your kids, your grandkids. This is what's coming next.
You see how this guy is taking a mark? This is a precursor for that, but that's what's coming. They're going to be able to read your thoughts and use artificial intelligence to supervise anybody and everybody's thoughts, so that if you even think about something that is against Satan, against his agenda, against the big pharmaceutical companies, or against your political leader, they can just turn off they just switch off your chip. It has been a Freemasonic system, and Freemasonry is just witchcraft.
Yeah.
It's sorcery, witchcraft.
And it's vanity.
Yeah. And it gives you temporary power in this world. And what do the Freemasons want? They want all human beings to be Freemasons. So what is the mark of the beast? It is the initiation into Freemasonry, into the 33rd degree of Freemasonry. It is your initiation, and it is a blood covenant, because there has to be an incision in the head.
Yeah.
Or when they put the mark on your hand, there has to be an incision. So that's blood covenant.
Yeah.
So as soon as they covenant you, that is it. You have covenanted yourself to Lucifer. You have chosen to forsake the image of God. And guess what they're going to give you? They're going to give you universal basic income. That means that everybody who takes the mark is going to get a certain amount of money per month, or per day, or per hour, whatever the offer might be. And so you can imagine how many people who worship money, who don't have their faith in God, you can imagine how many people are going to take the mark.
Bear in mind,
it's going to be crazy.
Satan is a liar. So he might give you money for the first month, and the second you don't see, and the third, but you're already in covenant. So
listen, as soon as you take that mark, you change on a DNA level. And as soon as that DNA changes, your body officially can be inhabited by devils. I can guarantee you, your eyes will turn black. The white parts of your eyes will turn black, or just red. Why? Because a spirit has entered you. There is no salvation, there is no repenting after you take the mark. So don't let any spiritual leader, false pastors in those days, false prophet himself, the Antichrist himself, ministers of the gospel, who will be telling you, go ahead and take the mark. It's okay, you can repent. God will understand. You have children to feed. You have school fees to pay. You have rent to pay. You need to eat, blah, blah, blah. And they'll persuade you through the serpent's tongue. They're hoping that you have not read Revelation chapter 14. There is no turning back after you take that mark, because it changes you on a DNA level. Once you take that mark, it is over for you. Like, if I find out you've taken the mark, I won't even bother preaching to you, because I already know you're done. You're possessed with devils. You will become the enemy, the sworn enemy of any Christian. You will want to kill. That's why they will be killing Christians at that time like nobody's business. There are wise Christians who will come out from among them and be separate. And those are the wise virgins that Jesus was talking about in Matthew chapter 13. Let me read the parable of the tares, actually. Matthew 13, verse 24. The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares. Now, men sleeping, it represents spiritual slumber. You don't understand what's going on in the world. You're caught up. You're in all the latest sports, all the latest movies. Whether we disappear before, midterm, or afterwards, are you prepared? What if it costs you your life? That's when a lot of Christians, for convenience, are going to be exposed, because there are those in the church
that I receive
who only came for blessings. There was a guy who was telling us, the visiting minister, he said that there was a service going on, and gunmen came into the service, armed to the tooth. They looked like militia, combat fatigues, camouflage. These gentlemen came in. They said, anybody who does not love Jesus, which one among you are ready to deny Jesus right now? Because those who refuse to deny Jesus, we're going to kill you. But all of you who are willing to deny Jesus, you love your life, get out now. 3/4 of the church left. 25% remained. After they left, they shut the doors. Then the gunmen said, now that the fake Christians are out, let's have church. The gunmen all sat down and they had real church. Yeah, it's like that.
Is Israel threatening to annihilate all of us unless they get their way, like a spoiled rotten brat at the grocery store at the final little stretch, crying and screaming for a candy bar? If you don't give it to me, I'm just going to basically go nuclear right here in the aisle. That's maybe what Israel is going to do. They might go nuclear on us if they don't get their way. Look at this tweet. This is from Ian Carroll. He says, Israel is now openly threatening to use nukes against the world. Ironically, this is exactly why they should be disarmed and their future statehood called into serious question. Why the Zionist project should never have begun. Violent tribalism and existential victim narrative is the most dangerous combination possible, and it is fundamental to Israeli identity. There are only two possible outcomes. Either they rule the world and all bow to their chosenness, or they keep picking fights until the whole world turns on them and they are destroyed. The slippery part is that it's not just Israel. They have dragged the entire global Jewish population into this adversarial and unconscionable position, and the real power structure of Israel is dispersed across the global network of Jewish billionaires and bankers that support it and represent the true power of the project. Now, he is referring to this is a message that was put, this is, well, just watch this.
Israel's existence is not negotiable, and it does not depend on superpowers or the public opinion. And if they keep pushing Israel to the corner, they are the ones who are going to suffer the most. Israel hasn't used everything that it has. And Israel, on a purpose, did not expose the advanced weapons that it has for a very important reason. We don't want the enemy to know what we are having. And now, at this point, we're just playing around. So, this is the clear message to those who think that they can annihilate Israel. Behind Israel is existence.
So Israel has secret weapons we don't even know about, and they'll bring them out if they have to. And that is what people are very afraid of, that Israel will resort to using nukes. And the question is, who will they use nukes against? Now you might think, oh, they're only going to use nukes against Iran. They're only going to use nukes against who? Lebanon, Hezbollah, against the Houthis, against the Palestinians. But remember, the Israelis have a long list of enemies. They've now put Egypt on that list. Turkey is on that list. And the way things are going in the United States, Americans are about to be put on that list. And Israel is proving itself to not be trustworthy when they decide you're an enemy. They will kill you. They will murder you. They will murder your children, and they won't even think twice about it. And every American should be kind of hesitant about that. I mean, really hesitant about that. The fact that, here we are saying our greatest ally is this group of people who, without even blinking twice, would kill your children. They would just shoot them right in the head. The minute they say you're an enemy, they'll shoot your children.
Oh, man. Condolences to all the people in Venezuela, man. But as you can see for the first two clips, it's like they showing they still crying out for help out there in Venezuela, and 70,000 people is still missing, y'all. And then it's so crazy that it's starting to look like, well, remember this for entertainment and educational purposes only, but he makes it, the way he's saying it's like it's basically looking like it's trickling back to the U.S. some way, somehow, like, I don't know, but let me know. I don't want to say too much, but let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. Do you think that the earthquakes was natural, or do you think it was something else behind? Yeah, for the third clip, y'all, they going hard now with this Neuralink. I don't know. This is really seeming like the mark of the beast. What y'all think? Y'all think this is the mark of the beast? If anything, this Neuralink chips, because they pushing that agenda hard now, and it's like sooner or later, who knows? You might have no choice but to get the Neuralink from the way things are starting to look. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And then the fourth clip, I don't know, is she saying like, if Israel don't have their way, and remember this for entertainment and educational purposes only, y'all, that they wouldn't go at it with whoever. It don't matter if it's whoever's helping them, or you understand, but it's basically if things don't go their way, it's problems with whoever. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
No, they're not. You're your own leader. You are your own leader. But it's our government. Government's a word made up to control your mind.
You brought this up to me. Politicians are literally actors.
Politicians are just actors. They're just placed to put a facade. Hey, I'm here to help you. Have they ever helped us? They bring us to war. They constantly point fingers. They constantly criticize. They constantly put down other people. They constantly put in laws. How can you put in law if you're a criminal? How many criminals get away with things because of the word government and government officials? In time, the God in us all, that light is getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And it's not violent. It's just, you know what? You guys all overwelcomed your stay. And you've proven that your leadership has not led to love and peace and inspiration. I watch little communities get built over and over and over again. Across our whole country, little communities get built everywhere. People can build communities. People can build one another. People can build what we'll call a church, a community to look after one another. They've overwelcomed their stay, and they've brought nothing but chaos, enslavement, taking your money, sending your child to go fight for something we don't even know. It's just what they told us. I think their time is up, and I think everyone around the world feels it. Until they start offering beauty, peace, love, God, Jesus, the love of Jesus, I don't have much use for them. My wife surprised me on this trip, and she's been around for a week. That you admire us together, you admire her. Well,
no, that plays into it because he's kind of caught.
She found Jesus.
You can't play down, play up. I don't know. It's not right.
I love to make up a story or whatever, but that's her base.
Matter of fact, I even break it down even more. This is what all the data centers is about. This is why the game is the way it is because a lot of people got trapped in the metaverse. A lot of people got trapped in the game consoles. A lot of people switched to digital conscious. And what they use, when you think there's NPCs, those are real people in real life playing the game. That's the reason why they got like that. This is the reason why they're building so many data centers. People not looking at it like that right there is because they're not aware, they're not understanding of too much of like how it is. Like I said, people like the biggest point, your screens, your monitor, your game, all this right here connects to those data centers, those information, all your dreams, all your downloads, all them stuff that you're supposed to be getting is going to the data centers. Like how they said, like I saw a video, they can hijack your conscious, they can hijack your mind. They storing it on the data centers. That's the reason why they're building so many in so many cities is because before the time get cut or the tether get cut, a lot of people don't know like a lot of these bodies aren't real bodies. They're just digital consciousness that people from the game that they can still communicate with their body. That's all this is. That's it. We gonna get straight to it. That's all. So Grand Theft Auto 6 is basically the conversion of the digital conscious and the data centers and the real people in the real world.
What happened in 2020, they released it early because they wanted to take Trump out of power. They released it early. If they had done what happened in 2020 right now, it would have been so much more effective because everything is digitalized now. At that time, so much was not in place. Right now, everything is in place. So I can tell you categorically, there will be another pandemic. And why you're going to need a pandemic is that with everything being in place, they will need a disruptive event. And in that disruptive event, they're going to be able to lock down everyone. They're going to be able to stop you and then from leaving your house if you don't follow them. And they're going to tell you it's for your security. The first people that are taking the mark, people are already taking the mark so that they can scan their hand at Whole Foods. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the first people will take it because of convenience and ease. Then after that, it's going to become a security issue. Take the marks, get cheap so that if something happens to you, there's so much craziness, Then after that, it's going to become, you got to get cheap so that you can go to work, and you got to get it because there are places right now where you work that you're going to have to take a chip to even enter the building. That's how that's your access into the building. Then it's going to become, you need it to be able to buy food. Even EBT cards right now, most of them, right, it's already digitalized. All they have to do is put it on their skin. So when they came there, and then many people are still going to be like, we're not doing it. And then they're going to need a disruptive event to force everybody's hand to make sure that everybody gets digitalized. Everybody gets the mark. And this is the reason. They want everybody to be corrupted. Because if all humans are corrupted, just like in Genesis, then the devil can keep this world.
Is this the end of grocery store cashiers as we know it? And why do I say that? Because grocery stores all across America are starting to roll out these brand new AI shopping carts. And one thing is for sure, it's not just AI. It's got cameras all over it, and it's watching every single thing that you do in the grocery store. Have a look at these smart carts, these AI shopping carts. You get your coupons. You get to sign in with your exclusive shopping pass. And then you have cameras in the front, the back, and the side. So this thing basically knows every aisle you walk down, every single item you pick up. And it's also keeping track of your trends. So if you do try to, let's say, pocket something by accident, accident of course, it's going to have a picture of your face because it's recording every single thing that you do inside of a supermarket. And these carts are already in ShopRites and Kroger's and other supermarket chains across the United States. And Instacart is responsible for everything that you're seeing right now. So basically, the need for employees in a supermarket may be coming to an end because the advertisements will be popping up on the screens as well. And also when the shelves are getting empty, that's where the other AI little guy that walks around, the robot thing, will start telling them that they need to replenish the shelves. So once again, the scary question you should ask yourself about this technology. Yes, technology is great. Yes, technology is amazing. But these things are recording. And what exactly are they recording? Is it your face, your body, your hands, your movements? And who is able to see the video? And how long is it being kept by these grocery store companies? That is definitely a question for Instacart to answer. So let me know your thoughts on this technology. Are you okay with a shopping cart recording everything that you do and keeping tabs on you? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
For the first clip, I think kind of have a point there because all these politicians and, that's within this government system, it's like they are a lot of actors. It's like they tell you what sounds good to you, what you want to hear and everything. And then when you look around and you look towards everything, it's like you still don't see no help. You still don't see nothing getting done about nothing. But you always see these politicians is always in a good space, rubbing shoulders with each other, And it's looking like they're pretty good actors because whatever you say is not coming through. You're doing a good job at acting like you're going to do this or acting like you're going to do that. And in all reality, nothing really get done. But let me know how y'all feel about that in these comment sections. And then the second clip is, listen, these data centers is coming in. It's like, it's getting scary too because like he said, it could be soul consciousness they're trying to preserve somehow. As to where I seen a clip before, this guy was stuck in it, like it's like your mind or your soul be stuck in the game, but your body is still here, but yet you're stuck in the game. You understand? You can't come back, or that's your new reality within the game system. So do you think these data centers just to really is a way to keep track of everybody, like your soul consciousness all around the world, whatever you do with the internet, with the video games? And then it's having these servers now is where you could stay in a video game, and that could be a job. Like you could be a janitor in a video game every day. That like it's crazy, but it's something funny going on with that. I can't explain it, but these data centers, I don't think nothing good is really coming out of them. You understand? But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And then the third clip, I don't know, but see, it seems like the pandemics is preparation for what's next. So, do y'all think it's another pandemic on the way real soon, so they can prepare for whatever is the next rollout they have? Because it seems like it's always a pandemic before something even, gets rolled out. For the like the whole COVID, I guess this was the rollout for AI and for everybody to have the AI. And now you see what backed it up is the data centers now. And I don't know, but let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And the fourth clip is crazy because they basically saying now they're gonna try to cut out all the cashiers and stuff. Like they got AI shopping carts. Your shopping cart is gonna monetize you. Your shopping cart is gonna price it. It's gonna watch its cameras on the cart. It's just getting out of control now. It's an AI world we live in, y'all. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
The Egyptians was a tribe. And they were a tribe that was right here in what they call present-day North America. In fact, Egypt of ancient Egypt is right here in North America. Not the Egypt you see today. That Egypt is located in South Africa. In North America is North Africa. I'll repeat that. Present day North America, which you got Chicago, Detroit, LA, New York, Atlanta, Miami, Houston, Dallas, New Orleans, and on and on and on. Phoenix, Albuquerque, Dallas. Well, I already said Dallas and Houston, but yeah, and many more cities, right? These were all titles thrown out there to throw you off, even the way they drew the map, because they had to hide your history from you. The Egyptians were a tribe, man. This is why they can still find mummies of them today. If Egypt was as old as they got you thinking, you wouldn't see the mummifications. The mummifications do last for a certain extent, but not as long as they're trying to get you to believe. Right, to hide from you. And the Egyptians, right, were on the 13th. Now let's talk metaphysics. The Egyptians were, at the time period of the Egyptians, the planet was on the 13th dimension. Between 13th, 14th, 13th, and 16th. So that's why we were bigger then. Go look up Osiris, he was green. Yeah, our skin was some colors back then.
When you say divinely constructed reality, what do you mean by that?
We live in a divinely constructed, intelligently designed reality. I was raised to believe that there are worlds without number, that we're not alone in the universe, and that there is a plan, that there are no coincidences, that we existed before this life, before mortality as we know it, and will exist eternally. And one of the greatest challenges is proving that scientifically, not just by faith or religious dogma alone, but proving with critical thinking and the scientific method that there is more to our reality, that there is more to the nature of consciousness, our souls, spirits, whatever label or taxonomy that you wish to apply. Mm-hmm. And I think it's exciting to see patterns emerge, not only in nature, but in the way that society operates. And I think there are undeniable clues out there that point to the fact that we do live in an intelligently designed sphere, that there is some divine, intelligent design and force behind it all.
Did you graduate from college?
No, I'm a college dropout.
Tell me about it.
College is a scam. So you go to school, you get in debt, you get out of school, and go get a job to pay for that debt? That seems like a scam to me.
That shit fucked up.
It is. And then the fact that who created the school system in the first place? Who funded the school system? The Rockefellers. Now, why would they do that? They wouldn't do anything to benefit, the mankind or the goodness out of their heart, right? So they created the school system, and they got, the school system from war-torn Europe. They got the idea because schools are actually indoctrination camps. So if you look in past history in war-torn Europe, to where the war was going on, they created the school system to indoctrinate the kids. So whenever they had a war, no kids would ask question. And you can teach them propaganda, you teach them whatever you want. Hey, sit down for 8 hours, we're going to teach you X, Y, and Z. And then when a war pops off, you have a bunch of soldiers ready to go. And then think about this. Why do schools look like prisons? The same food system. If you test the same food in school, it's the same food in prison. Okay, you have a warden. Who is that? The principal. You have the teachers,
guards,
COs.
Yep.
Okay, raise your hand. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. Recess. That's hitting the yard.
Yep. 1 hour.
It's the same thing. You get on a bus to go travel to where that they transport prisoners. You get on a bus to go back and forth in school. The same system. Now, growing up, we had books. Those books that we were consuming, that we were getting our knowledge from, Pergamon Press. Who was that? They pressed up these books. Pergamon Press was owned by Robert Maxwell, who's Ghislaine Maxwell's father.
Trump has no, you think fighting each other with guns, that's a war. Oh no, my brother. The food you eat, war. The education you get, war. Social media with all this overstimulated information and overstimulated that, and everybody got an opinion. All this shit is war. All you gotta do is use your common sense, and you'll cut through all the noise. Use your common sense, bro. Understand, dog. That's all it takes is common sense. It was all a lie. They lied to us. Think about it, motherfucker. This shit is all about the rich against the poor. They don't give a fuck what color you are. They don't give a fuck who win the presidency. Donald Trump has no power. It's delegation, baby. Motherfucker don't have no power. Man, come on, bro. But you can't get out this mental prison because your whole life you've been told that you must go to school, you must be governed, you must have a society that has police, and you must do business, and you must. All this is what keeps us in the situation we're in. Y'all gotta wake the fuck up. Wake up, people. Until we all realize we got one common enemy, we're gonna always be in this position. And before you think about anything, think about the children. Look at your son and say, boy, your son, he's gonna have a son that's gonna have a son. And right now, we can do something about all this shit. Okay? Because 30, 40 years from now, I can only imagine. In order for you to be found, you must first be lost.
Y'all, for the first clip, how do y'all feel about Rashad Jamal saying basically, Egypt was a tribe that was always here in North America and not out of Africa, basically. There is Egypt and Africa, but basically Egypt was a tribe, they said, out of right here where we at, North America, y'all. But I don't know. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section, because when you look around, sometimes you can't find a lot of proof, a lot of things that's strange and will fit to that description of being Egypt over here. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And the second clip is like, I don't know, but do y'all feel we living in a constructed reality? As he's saying, like a well thought of, like divinely constructed reality, like the way it's starting to seem. I mean, with all the lies that and all the things that's starting to play out and come into play, like it's crazy that it is seeming like we living in a very like thought of, somebody really thought of this and put us here somehow for some reason. But let me know if y'all believe like it's a real constructed reality we live in. You understand? Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. And then the third clip, I don't know, I'm not talking about this too much because a lot of people say it, but schools. It's what is the school preparing you for at the end of the day? And it's crazy that when you leave out of college that you always leave in debt just to go get a job to pay back that debt, and that'll be your lifespan right there most of the times. Like, it's crazy that it's all well, like it's just to get you ready just to be a good, to them, and that's it. Because by the time you finish paying off your debt, you understand, it'll be certain lifeline lost already, you understand? And now you got to try to live after that, and it's more debt, more bills you're going to be paying, more this, more that. It's like, where does the help really come in at? You understand? And then they don't teach you to really own things, and they don't teach you what it really is. You know, they just teach you to become like something in a certain category, just, you know, construction work or whatever you choose, a medic, or but they're not teaching you to be the boss of basically what you choose, or to build your own of what you choose to do. You understand? You have to go in under somebody or some company or something. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And then the fourth clip is basically like him saying, fighting with weapons is not really, you know, how they fight their wars. You understand? They might show you the weapons or talk about the weapons. Sometimes you might see what is deeper than fighting with weapons. You understand? It's all about mind control and how far you could breach your mind and control you through that. So they don't even have to use a weapon. A weapon won't be needed if you could have full mind control. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and the saga of Palm Beach Pete continues. You know, Big E's doppelganger, brother, twin, clone, Big E himself. We're really not sure who this guy is at this point. Well, the story got a whole lot more bizarre this week as he actually took a DNA test, which should have solved the entire case, but instead it's made everything far more complicated because now the state of Florida has stepped in and declared him ineligible to run for mayor based off the findings of a DNA test, because that's not weird. So we're going to unpack all this, see if we can figure out who this guy really is together. Picking up a new kitty, be out of town. So, but we are going to do a bonus stream tomorrow with a bunch of my YouTube creator friends, so be on the lookout for that. All right, let's jump into it. Let's see what's going on with this bizarre story of Palm Beach Pete. Now, before we jump into the story, what do I think? Do I think this guy is Big E? Guys, I have no idea. Weirder things have happened. He definitely looks like him, but there's also some things about him that, maybe not. It might just be the case of the most extreme doppelganger we've ever seen that just happens to live.
Teaching that those people who lived here were called Indians because of Christopher Columbus. It's all a bunch of hokum. It isn't true. The first people that inhabited this continent and every other continent on the face of the earth came from Africa. People from Africa came to what we call the North American continent between 20,000 and 10,000 years before Columbus was a gleam in his father's eye. What we call black people were here before there were any white people on the face of the earth. There were no white people until enough people from Africa moved into the northern climates, and their skin, their hair, and their eyes got lighter as they were exposed to less and less melanin, sunshine, so their bodies produced less and less melanin. That's the only reason my skin is this color, because my great-great-grandparents came from Ireland, which is in the northern climates. We don't teach the truth to kids. I don't think they teach the truth to kids in Europe either, because we all seem to think that the most important thing you can be is white. There is no such thing as a white person.
East Tennessee. When I travel to India, guess what I deal with? I deal with a Hindu echelon of spirits. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. When I go to Central South America, I'm rarely having Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva manifest. We're having different spirits. If I go to Africa, we're having different spirits manifest. Go to Mexico, you're having Aztec demons manifest. If in my area in East Tennessee, we have Odin, Thor, and Loki manifesting all the time, almost every deliverance, because the people that moved to our area, settled our area from England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland. So guess what demons are in our area, in those bloodlines? The same demons our ancestors worshipped. If I go to Texas and start ministering there and have demons manifest in a room, let's say you got 200 people in a room, probably 50 of them will manifest Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent that's on the base of all the pyramids all over Mexico. Because that people group worshiped that god. Little g God. If you go,
I don't believe in Jesus or none of that shit. That's not my ancestors' shit. So I'm not knocking y'all for being Christians, but I am knocking black people for being Christians. But I want to say this, bitch, you don't gotta believe in Jesus, but you need to know that there is a quantum intelligence that we consider God. God is an acronym for generator, organizer, and dispenser of reality. God is the highest extent of your mind which uses elements and matter to express itself. So I'm controlling my body. I'm the consciousness in this body. That's God. God is the mind. God is one universal mind that we all express individually through our biological computers, aka our brains. It's one internet. It's 1,000 motherfuckers on the internet. That don't mean it's 1,000 internets. There's one mind. It's 1,000 organisms that express this mind differently within their own genetic capacity. But there's only one mind. The mind is God. This is why nobody's ever seen God, because nobody's ever seen their own mind. But if you didn't understand all of that, let's just say there's a higher power.
Oh yeah, everybody probably don't forgot about this guy, but I had to throw him back in there because he recently had Palm Beach Pete recently had a DNA test, and his problems. It's not saying, well, if this is who you are, that's who, you know, it's simple DNA test. But instead now it's like you was running for governor. Now they sent you a letter that due to the DNA test, you can't run for governor no more. You have to drop out the race. So won't that basically tell you something's wrong there? As to you take a DNA test and you have to drop out of a government race. Like basically saying they know who you are and now you cannot run for this, but yet they still not gonna do anything for knowing who you are, and but yet all they would do is just tell you drop out, you know, drop out the race and still live your life as who you claim you are right now as Palm Beach Pete, even though everybody damn near know who you are already. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section, because that's crazy. And then the second clip, I don't know, see, I just to show like a different angle of, you know, like saying everybody's just one. That's basically it right there, you know, no matter who, what, where, saying, of course we was here first, but it's only one, you know, it's no this and that. Everything came from the one, and everybody's still just probably might be just a more, you know, like a saturated version kind of the one, but we all just still one, you understand? Forget the colors, forget everything. Just let's get together, find the similarities, and we all basically have one common factor that runs our life forever, and this is what we need to focus on. Like, do y'all believe like some of that might be true as to where some of our ancestors used to worship certain sky gods or this or that, or do you think some of these, like worshiping them, like when our ancestors was worshiping whoever they was worshiping, basically that was a way to summon them, and now that our ancestors is gone, they done already summoned up something that's still here and lingers, and basically if you wasn't worshiping the right thing, it's basically not good for. So now this is what still lingers around spiritually. I don't know, but let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
What if I told you that Sprite used to come in a green bottle, but now somehow it's always been clear? You remember it, right? That iconic green bottle, unmistakable on the shelves. But now they tell us it was never fully green, just a clear bottle with a green tint label, a cap. But that's not how we remember it. Could this be another case of the Mandela effect? A glitch in reality where history shifts and only some of us remember the truth? Think about it. Why did they change it? Or did they? Same way Fruit of the Loom's cornucopia never existed, and the Berenstain Bears somehow became the Berenstain Bears. Are we witnessing another reality shift in real time? And here's the thing, this change feels recent, yet official sources act like it was always this way. Some people swear they've only ever seen clear Sprite bottles, while others vividly remember the solid green. Could it be that we're slipping between timelines?
Lab-grown meat is now federally approved, and as a qualified doctor, I'm worried. I'm talking USDA approved, FDA approved, and cleared for US grocery shelves, backed by billions of investors like Bill Gates. This meat is stem cells from a live animal dropped in a steel tank and fed nutrients. These genes are then edited to immortalize them, dividing essentially endlessly until weeks later it's sold as meat. As of right now, 7 states have already banned it. Florida Florida, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, and Indiana. Avoid any label that says cell cultivated, cell cultured, or cell based.
Lab-grown meat is now FDA approved, and Tyson, the supplier of McDonald's, KFC, and Taco Bell, is funding the Israeli biotech making it, hoping the lab will be cheaper than a farm.
This pink slop is so chemical, it's already outlawed in 8 states. Every lab fillet starts as a single cell extracted from a live animal.
So what is the beast?
The beast is going to be whatever entity, a group of nations it speaks of, that will set into motion. We always talk about globalists and the globalist agenda and all these things. It will be a globalized stranglehold on the human population, that they will know where you spend your money, where you get your money. Reminds me of central bank digital currency, if something like that happens.
So I've read, I'm embarrassed this is being recorded, I probably shouldn't admit this. I've read Revelation, actually. Sure. I tried to understand it last year. I didn't realize it said, how did I miss that? It says you can't buy or sell without the mark of the beast?
Without the mark, yes. That's
John, on the Apostle John, on some Greek island 2,000 years ago said that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And so, so prior to technology showing up where it's at now in 2024, these things were impossible. Couldn't, I mean, how's that going to happen?
That's a pretty specific call, though, too.
Very specific. Yeah, so now all the things that need to exist physically are all here now, so that the prophecies that have been laid out could now physically manifest. Now, I don't know if that's going to be today or 100 years from now or 1,000 years from now. I don't know the answer to that, but I do know this is a new era. So when you read Revelation, you read Daniel, and you read these other prophecies, it now doesn't sound like science fiction anymore, because we see it every single day.
That is absolutely crazy.
Is that a light bulb going off or what?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I also don't quite know how I read the whole thing and didn't catch that.
Well,
because that is one of the central questions. I mean, that's like top 3 question of our current moment is, will we allow technology to take our autonomy away and, for example, control what we buy or sell? I mean, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, with the advent, we've got AI now in the mix. Yeah. We've got all these things that, I mean, we already know they track us. We already know they know where we spend our money. We already know all those things.
First clip, a little bit of Mandela effect to throw in there, but now they doing it with the Sprite bottle was green, wasn't green, so it was clear. I don't know whether this Mandela effect was a glitch in the matrix or something they trying to see if they could just do in our face, like if they could glitch our minds as to where they have us confused, like we're kind of doing right now, you know, like certain people is about the Mandela effects. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. The second clip is just crazy. Just to know that lab-grown meat is now legal to be sold in America. Like, why is this country always the only place that legalizes these things? And like the people, like, it's just so crazy at this point. Like, they show no care for their people. Like everybody else, the things they sell on their shelves or put it in their shelves show some type of concern for life. You understand? Why is it when it gets to here, it's not like the concern for life is not there at all. There is no concern for our lives. It's just theirs. It's just the ones that be, and that's it. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. And the third clip is, are we living under the mark of the beast already? Or, you know, because, I mean, the beast system always been the beast system, so the system always been there. So it's basically we've always been living under the beast system. You understand? It just worsens to me. That's what I think. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. Do y'all think we've been living under the beast system, or is it they looking for the new way, like new things to be to coincide with, I guess, with the Bible. So now you can really say it's the beast system. But I think we've been living in people. Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section.
Last time I did a video on this map, it got over 1 million views. This map shows everything without ice. It also shows an elephant being carried by a bird, Noah's Ark, all these crazy animals. So let's dive back in. 1587 map, and it's actually pieces of a book, like a 70-80 page book that were all pieced together of, and this is what it came to be. But the drawings are crazy on here. Oops, sorry, we're losing. Let's go ahead and see if we can show you the first one here. Check it out. Got that there. And they do all kinds of depictions of all the different animals here. Just found it to be very interesting. But they always have crazy characters in there too. Here they're swimming across the different territories. Then it goes past everywhere, like when you zoom out and you see everything, look at all the lands around. Everywhere. Pretty interesting. And then on those lands are where all the crazy creatures are. Some are actually in the known areas too, but you have an elephant right here. But then you have, I don't know, mermaid type people looking right there. I mean, it's pretty wild. Then you go over here, and I thought that one was pretty cool, crazy looking. I've shown that before. I'll do a couple more real quick. Let's dive into some crazier areas. People wanted to see where I saw Noah's Ark, and there you have it, right in Armenia. That's where they showed it on this map, at least. I thought that was really interesting too. Let's go ahead and show you the other one. If you go down here, you can see, you keep going across, like that craziness there. What do we have going on here? And it just keeps going. Anyways, I'll shoot more videos of this stuff. Thanks so much for watching and listening, being a part of this. And this was just such an interesting map. All the different stuff in here. It's just, as you can see, there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on here. This is a 1539 map and has some of the craziest sea creature drawings I've seen. Check it out. You got this one here, and they have names as well, which is pretty wild. And you have the stories you hear about somebody landing on a beach or a rock and end up being a sea creature. And there you got that one there. And then I don't know what they're doing there, but check. Alright, so you see this one battling there. But look how big. Look at you got the person right there with that. It's just crazy. It's pretty wild, all the different characters coming up through there. Look at that one there. Got this here too. And then when you go to, okay, you got them. If you noticed, got this guy like singing right there. See that? Look, I'm singing and bringing them abreast with his music. I thought that was interesting because I saw that also right here. Look at that. You got the music. Just the little things you find that are different. It's very interesting. And then on this Islanda, which I would guess that would be Iceland, look at, you have all the different depictions going through there. And as you keep going, you got these areas that show a lot of fire. You got chaos there. Thought that was interesting to show that name. You see it right there. Got it down here as well. We have other areas of fire. And then, look at this up here. There are like stories of smaller people battling. So I thought that was interesting. It's just a neat map. And what are these here? Look at that one. What's that mean? Like the Fish King with like a fish tail and the crown on top. I thought that was pretty wild too. Comment, let me know your thoughts with this map here. Look at all the different tunnels going into the mountains. This is all the Iceland area, or Islanda, what they called it then. And then what is this thing? Look at that. It's like a whirlpool, swirl, vortex, craziness. And again, huge, monstrous sea creatures overtaking the different boats back then. Look at there. There's always a lot of talk about this land, Terra de Isio, and it shows up quite a bit on maps. Here's a 1697 map showing it, showing California not as an island, but pretty close. You also have Michigan, or Lake Michigan, shown as Lake Illinois, and a couple other different anomalies. Lake Erie shaped a little bit differently there. And up here we have Britain and Denmark up here as well. And then you have the Arctics and Greenland and Iceland there. And then you go over here to Ireland and Britain. And check out the individuals down here. Pretty interesting. Pointing the finger somewhere. Then you got the Caribbeans here. Very interesting. Florida and Virginia are just all of the U.S. then. And the Mississippi is spelled a bit different too. Check that out. And I got that as New Spain. And you got the unicorn here. You got the crown and all the different coats of arms here. And then you got the lion on the other side. And you got this guy holding up. Not sure what he's holding in his hand there. You got a tower in the back. Very cool map. So what do you think of this? You got a little Tartaria right there. Comment, let me know your thoughts. And as always, stay curious.
These old maps, I'm just starting to see them a lot, and they making a lot of sense for some reason. Like, you know, I don't think this just came out of somebody just, you know, like just thinking of it or enjoying this. I really think these maps is really the maps that's been covered up and hidden, and you know, this is how it's coming out. You know, certain clips, certain things you might find, but other than that, I really believe these maps hold some sort of truth to it, you understand? Because the world map, as we decode it, you know, it's not making sense to us right now. So it got to be of a real map out there other than what they show us of this globe. And if it is, it's starting to look like it's coming out. But let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section.
Okay, I'm gonna drop this last one for y'all because each time it's downloading. So remember I told you about the Moors that told them to turn that CERN machine off because you must know how they got the information to put all this together through the Moors and the Tartarians and the Murs. So you have to understand that all this is trickling down together. The reason why they turned that CERN machine off, because the Moors know what they did. Ooh, baby, they're gonna suffer with Mayat. So the contract is up and they're not renewing this contract, you all. This is deeper. You got to go within to understand this. So basically, when the Moors sold the Murs out, we all know this. I've said this 1,000 times. But when you look at this in Germany, remember I told you the Moors, they were hiding out in Germany, Switzerland, Italy. That's where all these rich places at, all these beautiful places, which is literally here in the United States. Don't ever get that twisted. But this is the thing. The years is up for the new wave of the frequency to come, because what's been happening is the old wave of the frequency of what the Moors was under, the spell of the Moors.
I'm telling you, this is happening. All this stuff is colliding. They're talking about CERN and all the particles colliding, the Big Bang Theory. No. Their years is up. It's not just the years of the clear people years is up. It's the years of the Moors that have been putting the spell work on everybody. The Moors have been doing this because what they have done to the Moors and the Tartarians, and by selling them out with the Roman Empire and all this with Yaqub and all this, the spell of the ancestors is breaking up because of them, what they have done to their own indigenous people. Now that you are aware of what's going on, that's what's going on. I get it. And those who get it, they are there. They're on that different dimension. So they see exactly what's going on, why that sun is melting, why all their stuff is going to finna get destroyed. Everything that the Moors thought they still had their hands on and controlling the narrative and just doing the most wicked stuff, because they are the core of this. They are the core of all of this, what's going on, you all. The clear people don't know shit, never had shit, never invented shit. They don't know anything. They were just given authority from the gate. They were given authority, and the Moors got played, the Moors got played out, bro. They just played them and the Tartarians so bad and sold them out. Down in Africa, you're going to start to see that all this stuff that whoever traded the indigenous people and did them wrong, the wrath is upon them. The feather will be weighed on their heart of Mayat. I'm telling you, the 42 laws of Mayat. If you don't understand this, I'm going to need you to go and do some research about this. Not the 42 laws of power that they created, that y'all say, the 42 laws of power. They changed everything. And the Moors allowed them to do this. They put the presidents in charge. They put the popes in charge. They did all of this. And it all strains back, like I keep on saying, from Yaqub to the Moors to us. It's to us, bro. No matter how you all want to look at it, the indigenous, the clear people ain't got no say so for real, bro. The 13 bloodlines are them. The 13 bloodlines are the Moors. They taught them all of this. How you think they knew how to do this stuff, to create a CERN machine, to create a simulation, to create a fake moon? How you thought the Tartarians was the ones with the whole technology? They're just telling y'all technology is just, technology just came around. But see, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all see how this gonna play out, because I know exactly how this gonna play out, because I know who is running this, and I know I know the goddess is coming through that portal, and in order for her to come through that portal, she must destroy some stuff, and she must take them down. The goddess must take them down because they deemed her. They deemed her. And now she's getting her strength, and she finna come, and they gonna get it. They're gonna get it for what they have done. So get your popcorn ready, I say.
The Messiah, or who y'all call Jesus, came to expose the Matrix. It was a political assassination on him, so they murdered him. The government, the Israel government, or in the Bible at the time, who they call the Sanhedrin and all of them, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, killed him under Rome. It was a political hit, a political assassination, no different than what happened to Martin Luther King, no different than happened to Malcolm X, no different than happened to Huey P. Newton, all of the messiahs that have came and tried to save their people. So if you ask me, do I believe in Jesus? No, I don't believe in Jesus, but do I believe in who we call the Messiah, or who they call Yeshua? Yes, I do.
They will realize that as the hole in the ozone layer gets larger and larger, more and more sunlight is allowed to enter our environment, and more people who have pale faces are going to die of melanoma, which is a skin cancer that you get if you don't have enough melanin in your skin. Let me tell you, people of color are going to be very much in demand for reproduction in the future. Mark my words, you're laughing now, but you wait 20 years. You won't even have to wait 20 years, because they're going to see that if they want their children, their grandchildren, and their great-grandchildren to survive, they're going to have some melanin in their skin. That's the way it's going to be. This is going to take care of itself.
But now that everyone's looking at it, it looks like it's a scene, you know? It's dilating. It's crazy. Oh, that's good.
Yo, I was wondering what God was going to do on this specific day. So this happened on 6/6. Stay with me here. June 6th, the most celebrated day every year by the LGBT community. I want to add that they have the 6 color rainbow. So you got the 666. That's why they do that. And then on top of that, this rainbow proves how much more of Genesis with the firmament, the heavens and the earth. And on top of that, you got the 7 color rainbow and what it truly represents. And for those of you that don't know, read about Noah's Ark and what that represents. God bless.
All right, y'all, we reached the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. And remember, if it's available, to hype me up. And before we leave, I'd love to leave you with a few words. Who can't hear must feel. Those that feels it, knows it. And once you know better, you do better. And the truth will always set you free. I'm out.